What's up, guys? It's Noah Baskin back here on Fresh on Clips. Welcome. Happy New Year. I'm here with.
Luca Kassab. The Clippers, since we've last spoken, 1-4, not a great record. But we've had some promising signs. We have a W against the Mavs last game, 12-point win. And we had a 6-game losing streak before that. On the note of the 6-game losing streak, Noah, what are your biggest takeaways from that?
Oh, well, I just want to say our three guard lineups. I don't know why. Ever since we played the Indiana Pacers on December 31st, I think that was the game we saw that lineup the most. I just
Oh,
think
we
that,
saw
that was,
4 and 5 guard lineups that game.
yeah, that was terrible. Anyways, that Terance Mann and Robert Covington lack of minutes. I mean, when those guys are playing, we looked great. I don't know why we haven't played them more. And just in general, lack of chemistry. I mean, I know we have guys in and out now. Luke and Paul George are hurt, but it's just lack of chemistry. We do not look like we're like a bonded group of like people together. Like everyone's like kind of out of the place. What would you like to add on to that?
On the chemistry point, it always seems as if the G League dudes, Preston, Brandon, Musa, when they're on the court, they know how each other play from the G League. We do
Yeah,
not have that in the NBA because we don't play together. Those
yeah,
three, when they're on the court together, look like they've been playing
yeah.
together.
Can I just
And
add something real quick about that?
yeah,
I watched like our G League championship or whatever. We won that cup. Preston, Boston Jr. and Musa, they looked like a dynamic trio. They always knew
hey,
where
Xavier Moon too.
yeah, they always knew where one was going to be. Like they just knew it. Our team does not look like that.
Exactly. My biggest takeaway from all of that losing streak, though, was the consistently bad first quarters. The Nuggets game, we were down 19 in the first. The Pacers game, we were down 11 in the first.
Yeah,
In the Miami game, we were down 12 at one point,
those were
and that
rough.
was at the beginning of the second. Atlanta, too. We always dig ourselves in holes because we come out
Yeah,
expecting, oh, we can win this game. We're going to win. It's not like that. It's the NBA. Every game is a competition.
yeah.
All right. Building off of how you said the Terance Mann lack of minutes, do you think that the Clippers finally should go away from the traditional point guard rule?
It's hard to say, but I do think we should experiment with it. Um, we saw last game we did that. Well, I mean traditional point guard. We mean Reggie and John Wall.
Yeah,
Um,
Reggie and John Wall are traditional
Last
point
game,
guards.
Reggie was a DNP for the first time. I think a healthy
Since
scratch.
first
He
time
signed.
since 2019.
I know since he signed with the Clippers. I mean, so seeing Ty Lue finally able to make those changes and not play him when really it was kind of hurting our team, him and John Wall. I mean, we played John Wall, but I just
John
think
Wall, 15 minutes,
I think
season
we do
low.
I think we do need to move away from that. Like we saw last game. It was our first win in 6 games. We looked really well. Robert Covington and Terance Mann played the most minutes they've played all year, and we looked really great. And we didn't even have Paul George or Luke Kennard. So I do think we should start heading in that direction. And if it doesn't work, we figure it out and mix something else up again. It's like chemistry. You got to mix things together.
We'll talk about these last two games. Terance Mann started at the one. Okay, against Atlanta. In a game we should have won, Terance Mann, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Okay? Against the
Yeah.
Mavericks, this stat line isn't as impressive, but this was a more impressive game to me. 12 points, 5 boards, an assist, and a block. And T Man was getting stops when we needed them. But the big thing was he hit shots when they
He was
went
a
on
plus
runs.
he was a plus 24 in the plus minus, and that's really good for you guys who don't know that. Plus
We
20.
won by 12 that game. So he was
Yeah.
double our plus minus.
Yeah.
And the big thing with Terance Mann, it's not his scoring. It's not his shooting. He is a good shooter, but he's not an elite level shooter. Just
Yeah.
how hard he hustles. This
I
team's
love it.
been missing that. And to have a dude like that starting each and every game only benefits the Clippers. Let's talk about net rating. Net rating is just the point differential for each 100 possessions. Terance Mann in the games he starts, our team's a positive 18. When the games he doesn't start, we're a negative 0.9. Okay? Offensive rating. With Terance Mann starting 128.8, our average is 109.9. Okay? Defensive rating 103.8, which is a top defensive rating.
Yeah.
You know what it is? 103.8 is what with Terance Mann. 110.8, which is third best in the league, is
Yeah,
without Terance Mann starting. The ceiling Terance Mann has elevates our team.
yeah. I mean, yeah, and I don't think why it baffles me why or how our coaching staff hasn't seen this before. I mean, like, yes, we watch every game. Maybe from the TV, it's different. I mean, we were at the Mavericks game. And that was a game we
Yeah.
won. That was a great game, by the way, to see in
Extreme
person.
energy.
Yeah, the great arena energy. But it just, I really think that was good.
Last thing on just the point guards. John Wall was a -4 in that game, in a game we won by 12, and Luke, Norm, and PG can all run the one as well. So I think we're fine without a true point guard. Okay,
Yeah,
we talked about Rocco. We mentioned Rocco. Season high 31 minutes, 9 points, 8 rebounds, three assists, 4 offensive rebounds, and a block in that win against the Mavs. Do you think that it's safe to say that Ty Lue's rotation against the Mavs was his best of the year and something we should build off of?
yes, I completely think that. Um, those were completely different rotations than we've seen all year. I think for a great stretch, we were seeing the same rotations and they weren't really working. Like I like I've been
Three
saying,
guard lineups.
we've had people in and out, so it has been challenging. And we do have such a deep team. There are going to be some players who are starter caliber on some teams that aren't playing on our team. I mean, there's plus and minuses to being that deep. It's harder for the coach, but I do think last game's rotation was really great. I truly believe that. And it sucks to see Reggie not get minutes. I mean, I love Reggie. You love Reggie. Every Clipper fan.
Reggie should be playing over John Wall. Let's get this.
Agreed. Agreed. But I mean, it's heartbreaking to see, one of those won't be playing, but I do
Sitting
think it's
there.
for the best. If we want to win a championship, we have to make tough decisions. Ty Lue has to make these decisions. Yes, it sucks, but in the end of the day, I think it is the right way to go. What are your thoughts on his
I
rotation?
agree with that completely. The thing with Reggie is, yes, he's a better player than John Wall. And yes, it sucks to see him sitting on the bench with his hood and
Yeah.
goggles on looking depressed.
Yeah, it sucks.
But Reggie Jackson, we've all seen him. He is a dude who loves this game. He's happy to be on an NBA team with everything that went on. He
Yeah.
is if he buys into it, he's the ultimate dude just to have on the bench for
Yeah.
just hype. He's
I
a
mean,
hype dude and a
like I
fun
said,
dude.
you were at the Mavericks game. He wasn't playing. He was clapping. Obviously, he'd rather be playing. We
Yeah,
saw him
he'd love to
counting them
play.
down. He was hyping his teammates up. I mean, think about that. I mean,
He's
what a great
celebrate.
guy.
He's
Yeah.
still being himself.
I mean, he was going to
Reggie is a
retire a couple years ago.
Reggie is a dude who we should have on the team for if we need someone to come in
Yeah.
hit a shot or two. Yes, he's a defensive liability, but the dude deserves to at least be considered to play minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
building off, we had no PG and Luke, and we ran man PG. Yeah, we ran a lineup of man Batum, Kawhi, Morris, Zoo. What do you think the rotations are going to look like when PG and Luke are back? What's ideal to you?
All right. Well, I want to say starters, the normal starter, or let's go with Terance Mann, right? Um, Paul George, uh, Zubox, Kawhi, and Marcus Morris.
No, I say Nick Batum. It has to be Nick
Really?
Batum.
No,
The
well,
amount of Here's the thing. Our first quarters are so bad due to lack of energy.
but then,
Marcus Morris needs to realize that if he's not going to play with energy, he does not get to start.
oh,
He is a
trust
good
me.
guy to come in and put up buckets, but Batum is the dude to have for the fact he has energy and he
No,
hustles. He'll guard the other team's
no.
best player.
Listen, I completely agree. Trust me, I like Batum more than Morris too. Great hustler, like and doesn't chuck up weird shots. Like sometimes Marcus Morris really got me thinking, but I think we do need Batum off the bench because we need him to play our backup big. Um,
We got Robert Covington and Morris off the bench at that point.
yeah, no, but I
More
really think Batum is a great leader in that second lineup. I mean, he's been so great for us. I mean, yes, I really love Batum. This is a hard topic. God, I don't know. I mean, yes, I completely agree with what you're saying. I don't know if it's right for Batum to start just
I
because.
think it's a perfect fit.
I mean, no, you do actually. Yes, we would be insane defensively. I don't think anybody could score when we're fully healthy with Terrence Mann,
That's
Paul George, Kawhi, Batum, and Zubox. Nobody scoring.
Yes. And that's what we need. Our first
Yeah.
quarters are always so bad. We allow
No, and
so
we
many
start off
points.
that way, and then let's say Rocco comes in for Batum a little early, so then Batum can come back in when Zubac goes out, and that's a great rotation right there. I truly
Exactly.
believe that. And then we take either Paul George out early,
You
and then
pull Paul early, have Kawhi play the whole first, and have
yes,
Paul
and
start
then
off
we
with that next group.
yes, and then Terance Mann can go out either way. So like either way, we have two defensive players.
At
Like
all,
Terance Mann and Paul George, or Terance Mann and Kawhi, either or all three of them in the beginning. I
the
just
whole
think
thing,
we need to have either Terance Mann and Paul George, or Terance Mann and Kawhi, or Batum.
the thing with Batum starting compared to Marcus is that first lineup doesn't need scoring. They have PG and Kawhi Leonard,
Yeah,
two
yeah, you're right.
top 10 to 12
I
players
mean,
in the league, depending on who you're talking
Marcus
to.
Marcus is a better shooter, but I mean, Batum is still
Mar-
Batum has hit
Marcus is a
Batum.
Marcus is a shot creator, is what
Yeah,
I'd
you're
say.
right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he hits crazy shots that I mean, some people I wonder why he shoots them, and when he makes them, I'm happy. Of course, when he misses, I'm like, what the heck are you doing, man?
Marcus
I mean,
has the freedom off the bench to shoot those shots, though.
I don't want to say Marcus Morris plays the wrong way, but Batum plays the right way. Batum always makes the
Batum's
extra
the
pass.
perfect dude next to him.
Yeah. Right. I think we should move on to the next
All
topic.
right,
But yeah, I think we got most of that, and we can continue that next week, once we see how we look with Paul George and Kawhi back. I mean, Paul George and Luke back, sorry.
they're out tomorrow. Just to
Yeah,
make
no,
sure
but I
you
mean,
know.
like our next episode,
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll
yeah.
be back. They'll play one game at least since then. So,
Okay, on the topic of saying we need Batum to play the backup big, do you believe the Clippers need a real backup center?
well, I mean, we've been debating this the whole season. Like you've been on, we need that since the first game. I've kind of been like off and on. I mean, it would be beneficial, I think, but I also don't think if we get a backup center, I don't think that's the reason we'd win a championship. I don't know why. I don't think that. Lots of people do. I just something in my mind, like watching the Clippers. Like I think it would be fine to have Roko or Batum as our backup center. Obviously, they're not like a real center. Like against, say, we play the Timberwolves against Cat and Gobert. I mean, yes, it would be lovely to have a backup center, but I don't know if that's necessarily the solution to our problems. I don't think that's what we need right now.
Here's the game plan. Here's the game plan, okay?
Yeah, I'll let you go because I know
We
you really
can
love you get fired up about this.
we convert Moses Brown to a full NBA contract, okay?
Okay.
Then
Yeah.
we go use our 10-day on I wanted Derek Favors. The Hawks just picked him up. Hassan Whiteside or Boogie Cousins. Think we do not it
Dude.
depends on the matchup having a backup big. But when we're playing a team, as you said, Minnesota with Gobert,
Yeah.
who put up against us 25 and 21,
Yeah.
or the Sixers with Embiid, those
Yeah.
are teams you want to have two centers for if one gets in foul trouble.
Yeah.
But against a team like Dallas, Golden State, Phoenix, teams that run five out and run small lineups when they have to stretch the floor, those are situations. Roko, Batum. It's just, in my eyes, it's nice to have a big just for if you need them in a series. And
Yeah.
yes, Moses plays with a ton of heart, but
Yeah.
his lack of skill and awareness at times, that's not a dude you can play against a Gobert, against a Cat,
Yeah.
against a Zion, against an Embiid.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. I don't want to disagree. I just don't think I don't think we need it like right now. I don't think like, oh, if we get a backup center, we're gonna start winning. I don't think that's one of the reasons we've been losing. I mean, yes, so the Timberwolves Gobert
We get out rebounded half the time.
dominated us. Okay. Yeah, but I don't think half of it is because our
I just
stupid
think it's
turnovers.
no, I agree that it's
Yeah.
our stupid turnovers, but just having the flexibility for if Zoo gets in foul trouble, for if and giving Zoo rest. Zoo is
Yeah,
overworked at times.
I
So the
know.
fact is
He's been great for
having
us though. Shout
having a
out to
dude
Drew.
who shout out to a
Yeah.
dude who can just come in 10 minutes. That's all
Yeah.
we need.
Not
And we
even.
can
Maybe
still
like
run
seven.
Batum at center. We can still
Yeah.
run Batum and Morris at center. It's just having that guy. Because Moses Brown is not that guy. And yes,
Yeah.
Diabate can be that guy, but I do not think he will be that guy.
I I mean, they're so young, and we're trying to win a championship. And to win a championship, you need veteran players. Of course, you can have young players too, but I think in like a finals game, we would rather have Derek Favors and Moses Brown. We can both agree on that.
Agreed.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think that's what we need to worry about right now. I think once we get our lineup set, then maybe we worry about that in a couple of weeks once we get on the right track again. All right,
Okay.
let's move on.
Trade targets. I'll go first because this is something I love to
Yeah,
do. I love
yeah, I
working the
do
trade
love this.
machine.
I know you do. Yeah,
I the Clippers don't need a wing. They have Covington, they have Kawhi, they have PG, they have Batum. They're
yeah,
good on wings.
we
They
don't
need
need that.
either a guard or a big.
Yeah,
Okay? Let's start with the bigs. Hardenstein. Yes, former Clipper.
former,
You saw
yes,
what he
sir.
did for us last year. And New York, Thibs has a
Suck.
short leash with him.
Sucked
So
to see him go.
he seems like a dude who we could get for relatively cheap. So
Yeah.
Hardenstein, that's a dude I'd love. Another
Yeah.
dude, a dude who's not playing and could potentially be a buyout market guy because he doesn't fit the Pistons mold. Nerlens Noel.
Yeah.
Yes,
Really good.
he's just a good defensive center
Yeah.
who gets boards. Doesn't have to score, just needs to catch lobs and get boards. Get
Pass
boards.
it
That's
and
it.
run. Just run, rim run.
Last
Defense.
goat, last guy, you know, Aiden Ramsey calls him the plum goat. Mason Plumlee. If the Hornets make Plumlee available, he's a dude who he he can just come in, play 15 minutes, and do a little bit of everything for the Clippers. It's
Yeah.
a good dude to have. Any other bigs you'd like to add? Or
Um, I mean, no, out of realistic people, I mean, there's not that many we could trade for, I think. I mean, you love making trades. I'm not very good at making
love the
trades
trade machine.
because it's like it's so hard for me to make them because I think they're so unrealistic. I mean, and it's like hard for me to like really think about it. It's just not how my mind works. But like you said, I mean, I agree with everything you said. Hartenstein would be a great player. Like what he did for us last year, I don't it was he was so underappreciated now that he's gone. I mean,
Chose John Wall over
me
him.
and you loved him. Yeah, me and you loved him, but like, I think he was really underrated. I don't think people understand. And I think Mason Plumlee, what we need, they're both defensive. They both are great at
All
defense,
three of them are defensive
but
minded
they
players.
also maybe not Nerlens Noel, but Hartenstein and
They just
Plumlee,
play smart.
they are great passers. I don't think they're great passers for being 7 feet. Like they make the right play, you know. So I think they're veterans, so they know what's happening. I don't
Exactly.
think that's what we have right now at that position. So I think having that and like knowing, oh, okay, Paul George will always be here and cutting while Kawhi's going like flashing up. I think a center knowing that and knowing where to pass would be amazing for us.
They're just a different player than Zoo.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
I'd
so I
like to
agree. I
say
agree with your trades.
two bigs who I did not mention because I think their price is too high. Miles Turner, Jakob Poeltl. I'd
Yeah,
love both of them, but their price is too high.
I mean
Clippers don't have the assets.
we were in talks for Turner, but I thought that
We
whole
were
time
never
was
going to get Turner.
yeah, I thought that whole time was unrealistic. People kept saying to me, "No, it's gonna happen. No, it's gonna happen." No chance that was gonna happen.
Maybe at the
I wish
beginning of
it
the year
did.
when John Wall and Reggie had value.
I wish it did, but not
Okay,
everything.
let's talk.
You can't always get what you want.
Let's talk guards real quick.
Okay.
Okay, first guy, D'Angelo Russell. Clearly, the Wolves don't want him, and clearly he's up for trade.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards has emerged as one of their guards. D'Lo's not a great defensive guard, but just his scoring and his presence could help this team, especially with the guys around him. Terry Rozier, again, another dude who scores. And if made available by the Hornets, because I don't think him and Melo really fit that well together, he could be
Yeah.
another dude. But those two are they have too much value in my eyes. Two dudes, both from the Jazz, who I see as guys who, if made available, again, with the Jazz being a younger team wanting to rebuild potentially,
Yeah.
Jordan Clarkson or Malik Beasley. Both are
Yeah.
underrated defenders and both are lights out shooters.
Yeah.
Jordan Clarkson, shout out Leon Kassab, favorite player in the NBA right there. But
Jordan
Clarkson's a
Clarkson is
dude.
tough.
He's got a cannon. He can shoot it from anywhere, and when he's hot,
Yeah.
he's one of the better dudes in the league. And his
Yeah.
defense is really underrated, actually.
I know. And he always hustles too, I think it's what we need. Having Jordan Clarkson would probably be the ideal, most realistic guard we could get.
If made available. And Malik Beasley, yes, he'd be cheaper than Clarkson on that
Yeah.
same Jazz team. And he's just a 3-and-D dude. Yes, he's
Yeah.
not the Luke Kennard level shooter, but he's a
Yeah.
better shooter than Terance Mann is.
Yeah.
So having someone between there can create their own shot and play some all right defense is nice to have too.
Uh, well said. I completely agree with everything you said. Um, I think that sums up that topic pretty well for now.
Fred VanVleet, shout out, but we're never getting him nor
Dude,
Gary
come
Trent.
on.
Too much value.
There's so many players I want, bro. That just sucks.
I'm just saying the dudes who were rumored to.
And I did see Fred VanVleet in LA over the summer, so he does train here. You never know.
Okay, I have one last dude, and you're gonna hate this guy and the
Oh no.
idea of him being a Clipper.
Oh no, what?
Monte Morris.
Mm.
Monte Morris, insanely good playmaker and can shoot the rock a little bit.
Yeah,
Monte Morris is a dude I'd love,
I don't
but I don't think the Wizards would give him up.
well, I don't even dislike that idea that much. He was on the Denver Nuggets when we
The
blew that lead.
Nuggets series.
I have PTSD from that. I don't, oh God. Every time I hear a player on that team, my heart crumbles inside. Um, you know, that would be another. He's a great pass first point guard. Great awareness. He has a great assist to turnover ratio.
Just a good point guard.
Just it would be great to have him.
I
Amazing.
say, I think that
Good at
covers
defense
everything.
too. Good at defense
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
average defender.
Yeah.
I say, I think that covers everything.
I think we really nipped everything on the bud.
Let's get a win streak going. We got the Nuggets tomorrow, potentially without Jokic, please. Then we got Houston again. So hopefully we can get this up to 3, and after that, we'll see. Let's go Clippers.
Clippers bring it in. 5 seconds to go. Tie game. Seatbelts are fastened. Lou Williams for the win. Bingo!
Oh my goodness!
God, he got it! 1 second left. Clippers by 2.
The 3 for the tie. Oh my goodness! I don't